What if the man you married in a whirlwind of passion turned out to be the very person who shattered your family forever? In the bustling heart of Lagos, love and vengeance dance a dangerous tango, where wedding vows hide old blood and every kiss could be the final betrayal. This is the scandalous true-to-life tale of Adana, the bride who unknowingly gave her heart to her father's killer. Adana had always been her father's treasured jewel, admired by many but claimed by none. When she met Chike at a charity gala in Lagos, his quiet confidence drew her in. He spoke little of his past, but his eyes seemed to hold both charm and mystery. Within weeks, their chemistry was undeniable, and he proposed after only 3 months. Her friends whispered warnings about rushing, but Adana believed she had found love beyond reason. Chief Ozo, Adana's father, sensed something unsettling about Chike. Despite his daughter's joy, he questioned Chike's vague family background. When he pressed for details, Chike deflected with practiced ease. Chief Ozo's instincts screamed danger, yet he stayed silent to avoid hurting Adana. He told his wife, Ngozi, "This man's shadow is darker than the night." The wedding in Enugu glittered with wealth and tradition. Relatives danced to high-life music as palm wine flowed. Chike's family was notably absent, explained away by unavoidable circumstances. Adana brushed it off, intoxicated by love and ceremony. But an old family friend, Uncle Ibuka, watched Chike with narrowed eyes. Their honeymoon in Calabar should have been blissful. Yet, at night, Chike sometimes mumbled names in his sleep, names Adana didn't recognize. She woke one morning to hear him mutter, "Ozo, debt repaid." Her heart skipped, but she convinced herself it was meaningless dream talk. Still, an unease began to grow. Upon their return, Ngozi pulled her daughter aside. "There is something in that man's eyes," she warned. Adana laughed it off, insisting Chike was perfect. But Ngozi, a woman of deep intuition, prayed fervently for revelation. She sensed a storm no one else could see. One evening, Adana stumbled upon a locked drawer in Chike's study. The key dangled from his keychain, tempting her curiosity. Inside she found an old, blood-stained handkerchief embroidered with her family crest. Her breath caught, but Chike's footsteps down the hall forced her to close it quickly. She said nothing, though the discovery gnawed at her. A drunken neighbor's visit shattered the fragile peace. He called Chike by another name, Emeka. When questioned, Chike claimed it was a childhood nickname. But Adana's suspicion deepened, her trust fraying like an old cloth. She began quietly investigating her husband's past. Adana received an anonymous letter slipped under their door. The message was brief. "Ask him about Port Harcourt, 2010. Her father had once done business there but rarely spoke of it." Adana's hands trembled as she hid the note in her purse. That night she barely slept. Chief Ozo grew increasingly restless. He confided in Uncle Ibuka about a deal gone wrong years ago. A partner had betrayed him, and a violent confrontation left one man dead. "That man was named Emeka," Ozo whispered. Uncle Ibuka's eyes widened, realizing the danger. Adana traveled to Port Harcourt under the guise of business. There, she met an old police officer who remembered the case. He described the fugitive. Tall, scar across his jaw, a master of reinvention. The name? Emeka Chikazi. Her blood ran cold, Chike's real name. Adana returned to Lagos carrying a heavy heart. Chike greeted her warmly, unaware of what she knew. She smiled faintly, masking her turmoil. Every word he spoke now felt like poison on her skin. Her father's unease suddenly made sense. At dinner, Adana subtly questioned Chike about Port Harcourt. His eyes flickered just for a moment before he chuckled. He changed the subject swiftly, but she caught the fear in his voice. That night, she lay awake, staring at the ceiling. The man beside her was both husband and stranger. Ngozi discovered Adana's hidden letter while cleaning her purse. She confronted her daughter with tears in her eyes. Adana confessed everything, from the handkerchief to the Port Harcourt trip. Ngozi clasped her hands in prayer, whispering for divine protection. Together, they planned to confront Chief Ozo. Chief Ozo listened, pale and trembling. He revealed that Emeka had been his business partner who turned violent. During a heated dispute over stolen goods, Ozo shot in self-defense. But Emeka escaped, vowing revenge. The scar across Chike's jaw matched the man Ozo once wounded. Adana confronted Chike late one stormy night. Her voice shook as she demanded the truth. He finally admitted his real name, Emeka, but claimed he loved her genuinely. "You were my way to justice," he confessed. "But you became my heart." Tears streamed down Adana's face, torn between love and horror. Chief Ozo stormed into their home, gun in hand. Chike stood calmly, almost welcoming the confrontation. "I wanted you to suffer as I did," Chike said coldly. Adana shielded her husband, begging for peace. But decades of anger burned like oil in Ozo's eyes. A struggle erupted between the two men. The gun discharged, the sound deafening. When the smoke cleared, Chief Ozo lay wounded but alive. Chike dropped the weapon, horror flashing across his face. Adana screamed, the nightmare now reality. Police sirens wailed as neighbors gathered. Chike was arrested, his love and vengeance colliding. Adana's wedding ring felt like a chain around her finger. Her world, once bright with promise, now dripped with betrayal. She could not decide whether to hate him or mourn him. Months later, Adana visited Chike in prison. He looked thinner, eyes softer but resigned. "I loved you, even as I planned revenge," he admitted. Adana wept, feeling both pity and revulsion. Their love had been real but built on blood. Chief Ozo recovered physically but never emotionally. Adana returned to her mother's house, her spirit scarred. She wore no ring, only memories of a love that destroyed everything. At night, she wondered if destiny had tricked them all. The echo of betrayal lingered, a wound time could never fully heal. What would you do if you discovered the love of your life was your family's worst enemy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's see whose heart would forgive and whose soul would seek revenge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the story so more people can experience the twists of She Married a Stranger, only to find out he was her father's killer.